Hello, in this lesson we'll talk about variables and comments. Variables are entities that have a value, and this value can be changed and used in the program. You can imagine variables as drawers which can store information, and these drawers are part of a large closet which is the memory. Variables have types and they have to be declared. That means in order to save a number in a variable, we have to indicate the program that this variable will contain a number. Let's create a variable that will contain the age of a person. The first step is to declare the variable. The variable needs only to be declared once, and for declaring it, we start by indicating the type. Since we want to store a small number, we will use the integer type, which is the standard for numbers. We begin by typing int, space, and now comes the name you want for the variable. Because the variable will contain the age of a person, we will then give the name age. Now we can assign a value to the variable, for example 22. And in the end we use semicolon. If you wish to store a very large number, such as 3 billion, then you need to use a different type, since the type integer has a size limit. The type for bigger size numbers is long. Let's declare a long variable with the name account. For this variable, I will not assign a value. I will finish the declaration. You can assign a value of a variable in the declaration or in another part of the program. It's not mandatory that the variable declaration already assigns a value. There is also the type short for very small numbers, but this is rarely used. In this course, in most situations, we will use the integers. If you want a variable that contains decimal places, then you have to use the type float. Let's create a variable float with the name weight and assign the value 65.3 and finishing the declaration. If you want a variable with decimals but with more precision, then you have to use the double type. If you want to save one letter in a variable, you will have to use the type char for character. Let's create a variable with the name letter and assign the letter B. To assign a letter to a variable, you have to put it inside single quotation marks, these ones. We can store words, phrases, many numbers, but these you learn in more advanced lessons. After declaring a variable, you no longer need to include the variable type when you want to use it again. For example, to add 1 year to the variable age, I just write age equals age plus 1. Now the variable age has the number 23. The types of variables that we'll use mostly will be the integer, the float, and the character variable. Now let's talk about comments. Comments are a feature used to add annotations that will be ignored by the compiler. For example, if I want to add an annotation saying that the variable age belongs to a person named Mary, for example, I can add a comment by putting 2 bars and writing age of Mary. Everything after these 2 bars in this line is ignored by compiler. If I want to create a comment with more than 1 line, then I can type bar asterisk, then to close it asterisk bar. everything written between these is ignored by the compiler. That's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next lesson. Thank you.